Now, don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful and I'm very lucky to live in this particular country, in this particular city, in this part of the world. But it's been 2 years since I've seen anything else. But that all changes today. Ever since I went to the Dolomites in 2018, I have been dying to get back there because it is, in my opinion, one of the most beautiful places in the world and one of the best places to take a camera and take pictures. Yeah, so there's a couple of hoops that we've got to jump through in order to actually get to Europe. The first one being having a test for you-know-what, which I'm hoping that goes well because it seems like there's been so many roadblocks to getting overseas so far. The goal of this trip is really just to reignite my passion for photography and capturing images again. I have about 28 hours of travel to get through, so I will see you guys on the other side. So just got my test and now to wait for the results to see if I can actually get on this plane and leave this country. Fingers crossed.
I'm sad.
Leon's sad.
Yeah,
I get to see you for 26 days.
4 weeks.
How do you feel about that?
I'm a bit sad, but I know that you're going on an adventure, so...
You're jealous.
I am jealous.
Just got my test result back and it is negative. So I'm so relieved I can actually travel now. So we've just arrived at our first location and we're here for sunrise, so we got up super early this morning. Oh, I can't wait to show this to you guys. It is just insane. We made it. Oh shit.
I'm going over.
So the main reason we came here was to shoot this road. It's on the way up to this area and it's very like windy and it's such a good, oh, I gotta catch my breath here. It's such a good location for a drone shot. So we're actually gonna shoot here for a little while and we're sort of gonna wait until the sun comes up enough where it's actually sort of hitting the road and creating some interesting shadows. The sun is just starting to hit this peak in front of us, so perfect time to break out the camera. Probably gonna shoot this on wide angle, so 17 to 28 will be the go-to lens for this shot. The further I walk up this road, the colder and colder it gets. I can just feel it on my face. Okay, so I think I have a rough idea of the kind of shot that I want to get here. There's this kind of little road that snakes up towards the peak and I'm gonna set my tripod up here and I'm gonna set the interval timer and I'm kind of just gonna walk up this road, try to get me in the foreground, and that'll show kind of the scale of the mountain altogether. All right, let's do this. So I wasn't like the biggest fan of that composition. It was like a little bit unbalanced. I'm gonna walk further up towards this peak and see if I can find a better composition. Oh, I can barely talk. It's so cold. Let's hope that was good. Just had a look at that photo and I do like that composition a little bit better. Man, I'm so excited. You just have to remember like just to slow down and just take it all in as well, because you just get a little bit frantic, like you want to get this photo, that photo, and just like make the most of it. But you also have to remember just to slow down, enjoy the view, and these things are honestly pretty special. If you can't tell, the sun has peaked over this mountain ridge right here. Now we're gonna head down and we're gonna go to the Snake Road and try and get our drone shot. way too cold out there, so we're gonna sit in here. Yeah, escape the cold. Shaking a bit there, mate? We just got done shooting the Snake Road with the drone. We waited for the sun to come out a little bit more just to get a bit more of a dynamic shot with like the sun hitting the trees and hitting the road. Gonna go get some brekkie and coffee because I am absolutely starving. All right, see you guys soon. We're pretty typical tourists. We don't know like a word of Italian. We were like trying to order food. Yeah, luckily like people here do speak a little bit of English, so kind of understand us Australian dickheads. Kind of had this idea to go to this really epic place which is pretty close by to us, but we have no idea if we can get there at this time of year. So we've sort of got to figure out how we're going to get there and if it's going to work, and if it does work, that'll be our sunset spot for today. So what do you think of today so far? Are you just happy about the food? Yeah. Yeah, we'll catch up with you guys soon. So the place we're going to is called Trecime, which I'm pretty sure translates to 3 peaks. And it's one of the more like iconic mountain ranges in the Dolomites. In order to get up to this peak up here, we need to get a snowmobile. So we're gonna go and inquire with these guys that run the snowmobiles, see how much it costs, see if we're gonna get our money's worth by going up there now for sunset. Doesn't really look like there's anyone here. So, but there are snowmobiles. We'll just take this one. Yeah. Let's jump on, mate. Let's go for it. You won't, the old you would. You've changed. You used to be cool. It's where we want to go. So let's see how long it'll take to walk. Or 1 hour, 35 minutes.
Yeah, no, not too bad. Alright, looks like we wait.
Alright, we just spotted a snowmobile. They must be coming back now. Time.
Fino alle 3:30.
Okay. Yeah, keen?
Yeah.
We just talked to old matey with the snowmobile. And yeah, he said he's willing to do it for us for 20 euros each. And then we're going to sled back down the mountain. So that's going to be really interesting in the dark. How good is this for the first day in the Dolomites? Made a bowl. So we made it to the refuge here, and man, that was crazy. We kind of couldn't really understand what the guy in the snowmobile was saying, because we were trying to ask him if we could just like stay up here for a bit, take some photos and then sled down later, because all these sleds are like locked up here. Luckily, there was this guy getting back on the sled who spoke English and German, and he translated for us, and basically what he said was, take the sled now, hide it somewhere in the mountains so that no one else like takes it, and then we can sled back down after 4 p.m. because there was like a 4 p.m. cutoff. We had to be back here at 4 to get the sled, go back down. Obviously we don't want to walk because it's probably going to be like an hour and a half. So now we got to go find a place to hide these sleds before we can go out and shoot. Another thing, when we went back to the car to grab our bags to actually get on the sled, I was in such a hurry and I forgot my gloves, which is a big mistake because it gets so cold and your hands just get so cold. So I have no idea what I'm going to do. TK has some ski gloves, but obviously they're not very good for taking photos because you don't have control of your fingers. We've decided that we're going to go onto the other side of the 3 peaks and we're going to look for this cave shot that I've seen on Instagram before. I have a vague idea of which direction it is, but no idea how to actually get there. So I guess that's half the fun. We just hiked up that massive hill and the air is so thin here. So like, just so out of breath.
We're making videos.
Yeah.
Nice cameras.
Oh, thank you. This like war plaque here. Wow. So we just explored that cave a little bit, and there is a hole that you can shoot out of, but it's just not big enough to get like a person in it, so it's not exactly the cave that we were looking for initially. So in order to sort of find it, we'd have to hike all the way back down and then kind of look up again, see if we can find another cave. But I thought, why don't we just send the drone up, and the drone can have a look for us to see if there's anything up further or further down the cliff that we can climb into. But if we can't find anything, this view's pretty damn good. Drone flight was successful. I did manage to find the cave, but in order to get there, it's just a little bit too sketchy. The sun is just peeking behind the 3 peaks here, so gonna get a couple more shots just as the sun's going down, and then we're gonna hike / sled back down to the car, and we'll call it a day there. I hope you guys enjoyed. Plenty more vlogs coming up, so stay tuned.